Hello everyone, this is Hoda Ganji. In this video, I'm going to show you a second method of how to add a wall base to the wall. In the last video, we created this wall base family as a profile, and the way we assigned it to the wall is that if you go to the wall, edit type, if you don't see this preview, make sure that here at the bottom, preview is selected. And from floor, if you switch to section, in edit type, you can go to sweep. This is where we assign the profile. So that's one method. A second method is if I remove it from here. So I'm going to remove this wall base. And instead, I'm going to go with architecture wall sweep. I'm going to go with edit type, duplicate, and I'm going to name this wall sweep A, for instance. And for the profile, I'm going to go with the profile that we created, outline wall base. And for the material, I guess we used an oak wood. This one is the material that we used. OK and OK. And now I can put it anywhere. So I'm going to place it at the bottom of the wall. Now you see the same thing here. The good thing about this second method, which is using the wall sweep from here versus the wall sweep in the edit type, both of them are wall sweeps, right? But the good thing about using the wall sweep from here is that when I get the schedule for the sweep, if I go with schedule and quantities for wall here in the drop down menu for the wall sweep schedule, and I think I have already one schedule. Wall sweep schedule, I can say that count how many wall sweeps I have, tell me maybe their name, so I'll go with name. If name is not here, actually I can go with its type. And I can ask for Revit to calculate the length as well. Hit OK. So this is what we have so far, right? So if I keep adding that wall sweep, let's say maybe I'm going to type HH to temporarily hide this staircase. I can go back to my wall sweep and I can add it over there, right? And you see you have option between vertical and horizontal. It's going to be horizontal. So it's going to automatically know where the door is and it's not going to put it over there. The good thing about the other method is that it's going to apply to all your walls here. But the good thing about this one is that it's going to show in the schedule. And in the schedule, if I go back here and I say calculate the total for here, grand total, I want to know the total for what? For length. So under formatting, I want to say also calculate the totals for length here. And you see that this is the total value. And if you check the units of the file type UN, you see it's in millimeters. So it's giving me the total length here in millimeters, right? Now let's say maybe we're going to have a second uh, profile. So I'm just going to go ahead to our profile and create a second one. If you have a profile in the Revit file, an easy way to find it is if you go to families. If you don't know where you have saved your file, you can go to family profiles here in the project browser. This is the family that we created before. I'm going to go with right click here and I want to go with edit. So it takes me right to that family. If I hit TL, maybe you see better here. There you go, that's the family. Let's check the family type. It's the profile type, right? So maybe I'll make a save as from this one and I'm gonna have a second profile. Uh, Maybe I'll just name it wall base B at the moment. You can go with a nice beautiful design. I'll go with one backup. And just as an example, I want to go with a regular rectangular design here. So I want to go with create line, draw this line here, and I can modify this. So this is gonna be my wall base B. So I'm gonna save it, load this into project. Now let's say in some places we have wall base B, for instance, maybe in the kitchen area, I can go with wall sweep, edit type duplicate, wall sweep type B, excuse me, B, capital B, and I can change profile to wall sweep type B. Maybe same material, hit OK, and I can maybe locate it here at the bottom of this wall. Okay, so now we have two wall types, right? So let's see, and I can close this family. If I go with WT, now that I added this second one, you see that it added the wall type B here, wall sweep type B, right? I'll go to my schedule. So then I want to get the lengths of wall sweep A and B separately. So I'll go with formatting, actually sorting grouping. Then I'm going to say that sorted based on type. Okay. And on the footer, so right now it's going to sort it based on type. Then I'll go back to sorting grouping. I'm going to add a blank line. So it's going to be like this. Then I'll go back. If I add a footer, and in the footer, I'm just going to say, give me the total and hit OK. Now, this is going to be the total length of wall sweep A. This value is the total of wall sweep B, and this is the total for all the wall sweeps. Feel free to change your graphics a little bit if you want. For instance, I might say don't have the blank row for the first data. Maybe I can remove this blank line too, which is under here. This blank line can go away. We can also go to appearance and I can say maybe stripe the rows. So it's going to be striped every other row. And feel free to also rename. I can say this is wall base schedule. This is very helpful for the length calculation. Now, next thing I want to do is that maybe I don't need to be itemized for the schedule, so I can go back to filter or sorting grouping and I say don't itemize anymore. Next, I want to see how the cost and quantity takeoff works. So I'm going to go to the fields, I'm going to add cost, and I'm going to move it. Actually, leave it down here so it's going to show on the right side of the schedule. Now I can add a cost, like I can say 20. This is going to say that it's going to apply to all wall type sweep A, which is good. I meant for this to be 20, and I want this one to be 10. Okay. Then I'm going to add one more column. So I'm going to go with insert, and it's going to be a calculated parameter. I'm going to name it wall base cost. And I'm going to say go with length, which is something you can select from here. Because the length is in millimeter, cost is per meter, I want to divide this by 1000 and then multiply by the cost value. Hit OK, hit OK, and hit OK. Feel free to go back to sorting grouping, keep it itemized if you want to see them one by one. You can also go to format unit here and you can use project settings. Uh, if you want to change anything, you can either go to project settings or just change this from here and say, show me, for instance, the dollar sign. Okay, or I could have gone with units, and for the currency, which is here, I could have changed it to symbol to be dollar. Both does the same thing. I can do the same thing here. I can say for the units, go with currency and go with the dollar sign with two decimals. So it's going to show the amount of cents here. And then we can get the totals. If I go with my menus again, I'm going to need the total cost. So I'm going to go with formatting, wall-based cost, calculate totals, hit OK. Now it's showing the totals here and here. If we use the wall sweep from here, the good thing is we can also tag that through tag by category. I can click here, It's gonna ask me to load the wall sweep tag. I'll go with yes, and it's gonna be under annotations. If you don't find a wall sweep tag, this is what I would suggest. I'm gonna go with any other tag. Let's say I'm gonna go with a wall tag, so I'll go with my families here. I'm gonna go with annotation symbols, and I wanna go maybe with a wall tag, and I'm gonna go with edit, right? Then I'm gonna duplicate this, so I'm gonna save as a new family somewhere, and I'm gonna name it as my wall sweep tag with one backup is good. I'll go to the family category and I want to say change it to a wall sweep tag. So now this is going to be a wall sweep tag, and maybe I'll get rid of this rectangle here, and you see that it's going to show my type mark, which is good. I'm going to load this into project. Now I have a wall sweep tag, and if I go to section, I'm going to go with this tag here. It's showing up here. So it's a wall sweep tag. How does it work? Because as we said, through the label is reading the type mark here. If I click on this sweep, it's in type mark here. I'm gonna assign a type mark. Like I can say this is wall base, or I can go with WBA, which is wall base A. I'll hit OK, and it's gonna show here. So to wrap up the differences between wall-based method 1 and 2, method 2 is using the wall sweep from here. Method 1 is going to the edit type and add the sweep from here. If we call this method 1, in method 1, as soon as you apply that wall base, it's going to apply to all the wall types in that wall type, which could be good or not a bad thing. It depends on situation. For the second method, we should add it one by one to the walls. And method 1, that sweep is not going to show in the schedule and it cannot be tagged, but method 2 is going to show up in the wall schedule and it can be tagged. Overall, I prefer maybe this one for these reasons. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps. Please like and subscribe for more videos.